Boa tarde. Gostaríamos de agradecer a presença de todos aqui no pavilhão internacional da 22ª Expo Direto Cotrijal e reiterar que é um prazer tê-los presencialmente e também aqueles que nos acompanham pelas redes sociais e pelas mídias sociais. É um prazer contar com a sua audiência. Nós temos aqui agora a presença do embaixador Polukov, do Azerbaijão, que muito nos honra com a sua presença. É a primeira vez que o país Azerbaijão é representado aqui na Expo Direto Cotrijal. Então, embaixador, muito obrigado pela sua presença e que engrandeceu em muito a área internacional aqui da Expo Direto Cotrijal. Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigado a todos pelo convite. Este é um grande honor para mim aqui, porque meu português não é bom. Eu vou continuar em inglês. So, criar problema para todos. I will continue on English. Unfortunately, my Portuguese is not good. It's a great honor to be here. I'm ambassador of my country, and as you understood, I'm not a businessman. So I'm not going to sell or buy anything. I'm just going to bother you with some information about my country, about Brazil, Azerbaijan. But it's, I think, very timely and important event in the light of events which happen in Europe currently between Ukraine and Russia, which increase international weight of this event. It cannot be visible right now how it's influenced because conflict started just 9 days ago. But that wave going to come and going to influence to everybody. Just an hour ago, I think, President of United States announced that they are stopping to buy oil and gas from Russia, which means that predictably it's going to lead to increase of price to the agriculture products too. And it's going to influence to the food security all around the world. And your exhibition is one of the ways to help it. My country is relatively small, 86,000 square kilometers, just 10 million population, oil and gas oriented, but with all of this, it's play its own important role as a link between Europe and Asia, Russia and Iran, so north, west, east. That's why Azerbaijan today has its own unique role in securing energy and food security of Eurasia. And on this way, I think cooperation with Brazil can help enormously. Your country with vast experience on agriculture. While Azerbaijan has a lot of experience, of course, in oil and gas, but parallel to that, second item of our export after the oil and gas, it's agricultural product. In my country, we have a regulation which prohibits to produce or import genome-modified products, which immediately make some products from Brazil is not valuable for us. So we cannot export from Brazil, for example, potato, because your potato is heavily genome-modified, while our products is organic. Yes, you can get bigger harvest from smaller plot of the land, but it's genome-modified, while in our case it's smaller amount, but it's very healthy. That's why it has its own market, mostly in surrounding countries. But again, it doesn't mean that we cannot learn from Brazil. We need your technologies, for example, in cotton cultivation. It's area which today is very interesting for our agriculture sphere, and in this area we are ready to cooperate to learn from you. We also are very interested in learning your experience on green economy. Our energy sources mostly come from, as I said, oil and gas, and our primary goal is to replace it and make it our economy more green, more safer, ecologically safe. We also, maybe some Brazilians will laugh, also want to learn your, let's say, experience on sphere of forest conservation, Amazonia and other areas which you are trying to protect, and we have to learn how to do that in my country. From our side, what we can offer to the country with 200 million population, we very recently entered to the Brazilian market with our fertilizers. As an agriculture country, you heavily depend from fertilizers, from export of the fertilizers. And my country is one of the new players, let's say, in this market, in international arena. That's why I believe that today Brazilian business people, exporter mostly, has to be proactive. They has to show more energy on representing their country and by looking to the new market. I'm pretty sure that most of you in this hall never even heard about Azerbaijan or country with name of Azerbaijan. It's which means that you are very conservative from expert points, and parallel to that, you are not proactive with your expert-oriented products. We have a statistic. I will just give you a few figures, and it's very confusing statistic, because our statistic, for example, show that every year we buy from Brazil products on worth of more or less 200 million US dollars, and exporting here approximately products to the 50-60 million US dollars. While if you look to your statistic, Brazil export to Azerbaijan just $500,000 US dollar products, and import from Azerbaijan around 30 million. And I'm pretty sure that even your state here use Azerbaijani fertilizers. But if you look to your statistic, you will not see it there. Because, why it's happened? Because 99% or 90% of product go via third countries, via mediators, which immediately led to the growth of the price. So if we have a mediator who stay between Azerbaijani product and Brazilian buyer, or Brazilian seller and Azerbaijani buyer, he will take his percentage. And why it's happened? It is several factors which influence to that. First of all, lack of information. Even in an era of internet, we don't know too much about each other and what we can offer each other. Second, it's very obvious, it's language barrier. Our people don't speak Portuguese. Here, most of the people don't speak English. So that's also become a real obstacle. But beside that, we have a few other obstacles. It's not harmonization of certification process. When to export product, for example, from Brazil directly to Azerbaijan, you have to fit to the certification standards of my country, which is international. But in some instances, it has its own nuances. And in this case, this mediator take this role on itself, make money on that, and take this role. While similar things happen when Azerbaijani product try to enter to Brazil. It's also need to fit to your certification system, which is not easy. Your federative country, and each state also has its own regulations. That's why one of the role of embassy here, our embassy here and your embassy in Baku, to work on bringing together a confederation of exporters when they can sit and jointly work on modification, or to figure out the way how we can harmonize or bring to the same standards our certification process, starting from food security, finishing with export of your machineries, for example. which can be useful in my country. Today, it's very big opportunity for your agriculture machinery producers in my country especially. Actually, I have to talk vice versa. I have to talk how you should come and spend money in Azerbaijan, but I am telling that your producers of machinery can get new market. Why? Because recently we liberated around 20% of our lands, which were under the occupation for 30 years, and now it's a lot of restoration work there. Every year, governments spend around $1.5 billion in this territory, this 20%. And half of this money, of course, go to the recultivation of the lands, bringing new technologies connected to the agriculture especially, because these lands which were liberated are mostly agricultural-oriented lands. And also many other, let's say, opportunities which exist there. And we believe that Brazilian should be more proactive on that matter. Another thing which I should mention, and I start my speech about it, is current situation in Europe. Azerbaijan used to buy seeds, most of the seeds, for example, potato, and for grain and other, from Ukraine or from Russia. And we are just on the eve of spring in the Europe, where if they will not plant it now, you will not get a seed by end of the season. We will feel it next year, and it's most probably we will feel it very strongly. That's why presence of your exporter of seeds exporter, for example, in our area, and it will touch not only Azerbaijan, it will touch Central Asia, it will touch all the Caucasus Republic and many others. So presence of your business people there with active presentation of your products will be very valuable. Let me put a little bit criticism about this event here. I'm here second day together with my colleagues, and most of us does not speak Portuguese. And our efforts to walk around and try to find more information about the potential clients with whom we can talk failed because of the language barrier. That's why if you're doing it international, so if events is international, it should also has its own space for not native speakers, for visitors who come from abroad and trying to find some opportunities for their business and to build future relations. It's obvious that in Brazil, 40% of your economy concentrated only in one state, in São Paulo, which creates very big disbalance. And it's show that São Paulo is very proactive on their communication with outside world. And this exhibition here, it's a very great opportunity to open up your state for foreigner, importer, exporter, for foreign businessmen, to spread the word about the achievements of Brazil in area of agriculture. I just want to finish on that. I don't want to bother too much you with my broken English. It's enough to have a small practice of English language in this event. But on this note, just want to again want to invite Brazilian business people, Brazilian business community, be proactive, be more energetic to open up themselves and open their own country to the other countries, especially to the new markets. And do not stop concentrating only on traditional markets where Brazil already has its presence, like in North America or China, these areas. Don't forget that in a current crisis time, pandemic, war in Europe, need for agriculture product, agriculture technology will grow. And if you do not fill that gap with your activities, somebody will come and fill it, I can assure you. Thank you very much to everybody.